Hey guys, what's up? It's AnnLouise, and today's video is going to be me cleaning up after my animals. I thought it would be kind of fun, kind of funky, kind of fresh. I'm not James Charles, although I wish I was, because then I would be like perfect at makeup. But anyway, it still is going to be fun. I just thought it would be kind of a good idea to kind of show you guys how I clean certain animals. Well, they're enclosures. Obviously I do have quite a few different types of animals, from my rats to all my fish to now my leopard gecko, just stuff like that. And I've never really done a video where I've actually shown like what I do to properly take care of the enclosures that my animals live in. And I'm saying enclosures, obviously my fish live in tanks, but still it is technically an enclosure. I definitely have shown myself cleaning my fish tanks before, but of course there are different ways to do it, and I do things differently of course between my babies and my adult fish, so I figured I would show a little bit of that in the video. And I especially thought that I would show how I go about cleaning my leopard gecko's tank. As you guys know, if you have seen my video where I got my pink ram's horn snails, if you haven't, then definitely go check that out. But I did get new pink ram's horn snails because I did plan on trying to breed and sell some of them along with my betta fish. My betta fish get ready to be sold and to go to new homes. And so I have them in a tank right now, and snails poop so much. If you have a lot, which I do. So my beautiful white sand is not so white anymore. So I also thought it'd be really fun to kind of show how I clean my snails tank. And so I plan on doing that in this video as well, because there's a lot of poop and it really needs to be cleaned. So anyway, I'm just going to kind of go over how I do a few of these things, and I just hope that you guys will enjoy seeing me do these things. So anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get right into today's video. Alright guys, so now I'm going to go ahead and clean my baby betta fish. So I have this as a gallon of water. It is obviously the same type that you would always use. And this has been heated to match the temperature of the babies in the tank, which it was 84 degrees, and this is the equivalent. It's been in the microwave for 3 minutes and 45 seconds. And back a long time ago when I started doing this, I did take the thermometer and kind of worked around with it to make sure it literally hit the right temperature that it needed to be. But I have this, my turkey baster, my little my basket. I cannot talk today, oh my gosh. My basket right here, and this is all I need to clean my baby's jars, and it is really honestly a very fast process. And yeah, so let's just go ahead and begin. Alrighty guys, so that's what I do to actually clean my babies. It's a really fast process for right now, and that's because I only have 4 babies, so that's only 1 gallon of water needed for them. But soon, when my other babies get jarred, it will take a lot more time, but I love it. It's so like relaxing to me. I really enjoy it. I'll normally throw on music or a podcast and listen to it, and it's always just really fun. I've been doing this process literally since my very first spawn ever. It is always effective. It's worked wonderfully, and I definitely recommend it. And yeah, so that was that. Okay, so another thing that I do have to clean tonight is my little ram's horn snail tank. So as you can see, it literally looks like there are sprinkles everywhere on my pretty white sand. And that is because it is snail poop. And literally tons of it. It's literally everywhere in there, and it's covering like so much of the ground, and so it really definitely needs to be cleaned up. There are snail eggs in here. I don't know if I can zoom in to kind of show you. Right here on the tank. It's probably not going to focus. Oh, it is focusing. A. Did I seriously just say A? Anyway, these are snail eggs right here. So I am expecting babies, which is a plus because like I said, I'm going to sell these guys with my bettas when it comes time. But right now, I'm going to have to clean out their poop. And I do have my trusty bucket right here and siphon, so that's just what we're gonna do. Alright, so I just got done and I need to add a little more water, but it's as good as it's gonna get. As you can tell, it already looks a lot more white and back to normal. There still is obviously snail poop there, but it is pretty much impossible to get literally like every piece up. But I do have a really good majority of it, so that is how I do my tank. Obviously I start out with the siphon, and then when I can't get it into certain places like in cracks and crevices, then I go onto my turkey baster. And so now literally the last thing that I have to do is show you how I clean up after my rats. And when I do that, I actually literally just sweep when it comes to cleaning up after them, not their cage. I do their cage on a different schedule, but rats are very messy, so I literally do sweep every day to keep the floor around the cage clean. So that's what I'm gonna do now, because that's something that I feel like maybe some people don't mention when it comes to rats, is how they do fling poop because it just happens. That, and sometimes even some of their food gets on the floor, stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and sweep. Alright guys, and that is how I do my rats, and that part is obviously, like I said, really simple. This is just the day-to-day cleanup after them. It's not obviously cleaning their cage, but this is a very important part of what comes with keeping rats, is making sure that you keep the floor around their cage clean, because you don't, I mean, I guess that's up to you. But obviously I don't want poop all over my floor, so I do sleep every day. But that is done. Alright you guys, that is it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I know of course it was just a cleaning video, but I thought it would be really nice just to show you the different ways that I do clean different types of my animals. Of course I did my leopard gecko cage. It was the first time I actually ever cleaned her cage because she is so new, and so I did a lot with that. Obviously I had to go through and take out her hides and, well, everything in there. So specifically I did have to take out her hot hide and a few of her plants, because that is where so far she has decided to poop instead of like on her actual paper towels, whereas she did do that some. She of course also pooped on there, and I definitely wanted to clean that because leopard gecko poop does really stink. So I took that out and I took it to my bathroom. I put it in my bathtub and I just washed and kind of scrubbed the poop off and made sure everything was really good and clean, and I made sure that it was dried off, and then I of course put it all back in her tank and put down the new paper towel that I do use for substrate so that everything could be clean and poop free. I also took her water dish and cleaned it out because it got poop in it as well, and it still has some calcium in it, because calcium does kind of get dispersed everywhere a little bit in her cage. So I cleaned out her water dish as well and put it back in there and filled it back up with water, and then of course I put her calcium dish back in there. It was pretty much unharmed, so that was good, but her stuff was just kind of dirty. And then of course with my snail tank, I really hope that you guys enjoy seeing the difference from going from literally gross poop everywhere to a lot better, to a lot more white of the sand instead of all that brown poop. Of course that's more easy. All I have to do is take like the turkey baster and the gravel vacuum to get that kind of stuff up. Pretty simple. And then with my babies, obviously the babies in their jars get cleaned differently from the adult bettas, because they obviously are in jars, so it has to be different, and it's just so much easier to obviously do it with the turkey baster and stuff like that, because it's not like you can really do that with the gravel vacuum. So that is obviously how I did the babies. And then of course with my rats, one thing about them is that they are actually really messy, and this is something that, I mean, I knew, but when watching videos, when, you know, I was researching to get the rats, I didn't see a lot where it showed like all the mess that they create on the floor, which with mine, I mean, it may be more some than others, but mine still do get poop all over my bedroom floor, like all the time. So I'm constantly every day sweeping up after them just to make sure that, you know, my floor is just not always covered in poop. So that's what I kind of do with them on a daily basis. Obviously I don't clean their cage every day, so I do go in and sweep my floor. So anyway, that's just pretty much what I do to clean up some of my different types of animals. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and learned something from it, or just got entertainment from it, whatever. I just hope that you did enjoy it. Also, I do have merch out, and in case you want to look at any of it or possibly buy any of it, the address to my merch store is right here, and I do have a P.O. box where I open everything that I receive in the mail on camera, and it's always so much fun to do so. So if you do want to send me anything, the address is right here. And other than that, please make sure to give this video a really big thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. Please, please, please. You can do that by hitting my face right up here, and you can watch another one of my videos by clicking right over here, and it would mean the world to me if you would do that. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day or night or whatever you may be watching this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!